Hey everyone, welcome to our weekly class. Elizabeth Scala here, your host. And today we're going to be doing some chair yoga. So I'm going to take a moment to go through all our disclaimers. So while I'm doing that, if you've been to class before, you can not worry about these disclaimers and go get yourself a chair. I'd find a chair that has some kind of, you know, ability for you to sit and move around. I wouldn't recommend doing this on a couch where you're kind of laxing. So just find yourself a chair. We'll begin momentarily. You have time. Additionally, you can have your yoga mat nearby or handy we will do our final relaxation, Shavasana, lying down. So if you want to grab a yoga mat or if you are comfortable just laying in your space wherever you are at the end of practice, that's fine. You may or may not want some blocks. That all depends on your chair height. So you do want both of your feet firmly pressed into the ground, the surface beneath you. And I don't want your feet just kind of dangling in space. So if your feet can't touch the floor, you might want to put yoga blocks or some other device underneath the soles of your feet. Because you do want your legs to be at like a 90-degree angle, bend at the knee with feet touching the floor. Hey there, welcome. The third thing is a yoga strap. I don't think we'll be doing anything with a strap today, but in case, you never know, doing some stretching or something. So go ahead and find a strap or a belt or just something handy. Again, we may or may not use it, blocks, mat, all that. So go ahead and grab your props while you're getting yourself situated. I'm going to go through my medical disclaimers. I am not your healthcare provider. I am your yoga instructor. I'm facilitating your class here. I can't see you. You can only see me. So I can't tell you if you're in a pose incorrectly, or I can't give you tips to change. But what I encourage you to do is honor your body, listen to your body. If you are in a pose and you feel sharp, shooting, intense pain, back out of it. If something is causing you to go numb or to have tingling, back out of it. It's up to you to listen to your body. If you are under the care of a healthcare provider, nurse practitioner, occupational therapist, pain specialist, what have you, if you're under the care of somebody and they've given you restrictions about what you can and cannot do, honor those restrictions placed upon you and honor yourself. I always say it's your body, you know yourself best. So I know they're giving you potentially some restrictions, but your restrictions for yourself are what to go by mostly, first and foremost. All right, so those are my medical disclaimers. Class today is going to be about 30 minutes because chair yoga is a little bit briefer. I mean, we're not doing all of our downward dog and poses. So plan on about 30 minutes of practice. And like I said, if you want to grab your props and have them handy, have some water handy, that's fine. But we're going to really be focused on our chair today. With that, let's see. It is time. So let's begin. Let's just go ahead and jump on in. So go ahead and get yourself seated. And I'm going to turn just so you can see what I'm doing. I would like your back to be in a neutral spine, so not slumped on the back of your chair, but not leaning forward too much. So sitting upright, long and tall. It's as if there's a string that is pulling from the crown of your head towards the sky. And then that same string travels down the spine, exits through your sits bones, grounding you to the earth. So sitting long and tall, both feet fully pressed into the floor. Your hands can be in your lap. We're going to start with a breathing practice and then move into some gentle movements. So if you are comfortable to, if you feel safe to, if you're in a place that you are able, go ahead and rest your eyes or take a gentle gaze to the tip of your nose. Breathing in and out of the nose, connecting yourself with the breath. We have arrived in today's practice. Yoga is a unitive discipline in the now. So let go of any past yoga, let go of any expectation for today, and just being present with the breath, with the practice. If your mind's distracted, if you start thinking of your to-do list or plans for later, that's okay. Just gently set those things aside and bring your attention back to the breath. Beginning to link some gentle movements with the breathing. With your inhale, turning your head to the left, and then exhaling back to center. Again, inhaling, this time other side, exhaling to neutral. We'll do this 2 more times in both directions, just following the pace of your breathing. One more time each side. Meeting me back at neutral. Great job, yogis. All right, we're going to shake our head yes at this point. So inhaling, looking up. Exhaling, chin all the way to chest. Inhale, sending the gaze upwards. Exhaling back down. 2 more times following your breathing. Last time, inhaling up. Exhaling, chin to chest. Coming back to neutral. Great job. And then the final one for our neck. So we're going to move through all the joints today. So the last one, let's go ahead and tilt our ear towards our shoulder. And with your exhale, bringing the chin to chest, rounding down ear to other shoulder with the inhale. Exhaling, chin to chest, rolling over to the first side. Exhaling down, inhaling ear towards the shoulder. One more time in each direction, following the pace of your breathing. Meeting me back at neutral. Great job, yogis. So what we just did, you can do those practices anywhere, anytime, at your desk, in your car. It's great to remember that many times with the phones and the texting and the devices, we're looking down. So it's a great thing to stretch our neck in all different directions. All right, let's inhale our shoulders towards our ears, exhaling them down the back. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Following your breath, moving at the pace of your breathing. You're doing great. One more time this direction, then we'll go the opposite way. So inhaling up and sending the shoulders forwards, exhaling down. Sliding the shoulders up the back and then forwards. You may be going faster than I, slower than I. The point is to link your breath with the movements. One more time before coming to stillness. Great job, yogis. All right, let's do some for our spine. This is called spinal breathing. So lifting your hands, bending them at the elbows, making gentle fists with the palms of your hands. And on your inhale, opening the chest, gazes up, and exhale, rounding the back, closing forearms together. I'll turn this way so you can see. Inhaling, there's a slight back bend, arching, looking up. Exhaling, rounding the back, chin to chest. Inhaling, open. Exhaling, closed. It's kind of like a seated cat-cow if you're used to yoga practice. Following your breathing. Let's do one more. Inhaling, open. Exhaling, closed. Great job. Shake that out, coming back to a neutral spine. Now we're going to do another for the spine, this time side to side. So we're going to inhale our arms up and then exhale, leaning to the opposite side. Inhaling up, exhaling down, other direction. Inhaling that arm upwards and exhaling to lean over. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Following your breathing. And when you exhale, be sure to lift the chest, gazing towards the elbow. You want to be sure not to round the back forward. So you're inhaling up and exhaling with an open, lifted chest. Let's do one more time, each direction. Great job, yogis. Coming back to neutral. Excellent. Now we're going to go for a twist. You can choose to stay in your chair and we'll twist on the chair. Or if you prefer, you can stand and twist in the willow tree if you know that posture. I've shared that before in previous classes. So your choice, yogi's choice. But if we're going to stay seated in our chair, let's inhale to lift and lengthen. And then exhale ever so slightly, twisting over the right shoulder. Inhaling, lifting and lengthening. And exhaling to continue to twist over that right shoulder. Inhale, lift to sit long and tall. And then exhale, twist, twist, twist. One more inhale, lifting. And exhale, twisting. Keep breathing here. And then slowly and gently unwind, coming back to neutral. Do the other side. Inhaling to sit up long and tall. And then exhaling, twisting ever so slightly over the left shoulder. Again, lifting and lengthening with the inhale, twisting deeper with the exhale. Lift through your inhale and exhale, twisting. Keep breathing in the posture, sending the breath to the body. Slowly and gently unwinding back to the middle. Great job, yogis. All right, so let's just open our arms out wide and kind of scissor the arms back and forth. Just warming up our shoulders, lubricating that spine. In a moment, we're going to do eagle arms here, so it's good to kind of warm them up, scissoring the arm. Left arm over top, right arm over top, just switching as you're scissoring. Great job, everybody. All right, bringing this to stillness. As I mentioned, we're going to do eagle arms. I'm going to turn a little bit to the side so you can kind of see at an angle. Let's take our right arm, bringing it underneath our left, and then you're crossing the arms so that the the backs of the hands are coming closer together. They may or may not touch. That's okay. That's not the point here. The point is to breathe and lift your arms away from the shoulders, away from the back, and then up towards the sky. So you're sitting long and tall, but you're pulling your arms away from the back and upwards. Okay? So keep breathing in our eagle arm posture. Lifting and lengthening away from the body. Feeling the stretch across the back. And go ahead and exhale to release. We'll do the other side. So we're going to take the left arm and put it underneath the right. Again, the backs of the hands are coming together, attempting to touch, but yes or no. Is it touching today? That's the curiosity of practice. And then the point of the posture, sitting long and tall, pulling those elbows away from the body and lifting them, arms up towards the sky. So pulling away from the body and up, stretching out the back, stretching across the back shoulders, the outer arms, lifting long and tall and away from the body. Great job. Couple more breaths. Go ahead and release the posture. Wonderful. So let's shake it out. Shake at the wrists, up and down. Shake the wrists side to side. Shake at your elbows, your shoulders, just the whole upper body. Give that good shake out. Moving energy, getting energy out of the body. Great job. All right, we're going to warm up our hips so that we can do seated pigeon in a moment. So we can stand. I'm going to stand next to my chair, actually using the chair as a prop as well if you need to hold on to something in a moment. But let's take our feet hip width distance apart, slight bend in our knees, and just go ahead and make circles with the hips. Forwards and back to the side. You can make these as large or as small as you like. Up to you, yogi's choice. Keep breathing. You're doing great. Let's go the opposite direction. Getting those hips warmed up, loosening the hips, lower back. Excellent job. All right, let's bring this to stillness. Now we're going to tap into some Qigong here. Like I said, you can use your chair if you need to hold on to something, or you can keep your hands on your hips, up to you. Lifting one foot into the air and just making some circles at the ankle. Remember, we're working through all of our joints today. So circling the ankle in one direction, and then go ahead and take your foot and make circles in the opposite direction. Oh boy, hearing lots of crinks and cracks here, which is good. moving the joints, letting those liquids flow. All right, at the knee, go ahead and bend at the knee, shaking that knee out, giving your lower foot some kicks as you move at the knee. And then bringing it to a full leg swing. So loosening again at the hip, letting that foot swing through. You can hold onto your chair, you can hold onto your hips, or you can even take your hands and move them with opposite hand, opposite foot forward. Keep breathing, standing long and tall on that standing foot. You're doing great. Coming to stillness, we'll do the other side. So, picking up the other foot from the one you began and making those circles with the toes in one direction. And then the opposite direction. Hearing those crinks and cranks. Cracks, I should say, sorry. All right, bending at the knee, giving that lower leg a little kick, just loosening the knees. I notice all of these practices I do help me when I'm out squatting or bending in the garden, making our legs long and strong. All right, and now let's swing that leg fully at the hip. Again, you can hold on to your chair, hands to your hips, or as I am, swinging the opposite arm forward as the opposite leg. Feels fun. Bringing a little smile to your face. Whew, working up a sweat. All right, let's bring that to stillness. Great job. We're going to do some modified sun salutes in our chair. If you'd like to do them standing, again, always an option, yogi's choice. I'm going to grab a sip of water before we get into the sun salutes. All right, so let's sit. If you are going to sit in your chair, sit towards the edge of your chair. Don't fall off, but sit towards the edge of your chair. Have your legs be a little bit wider than hip distance apart, your feet under the knees, both feet grounded to the floor, but our legs are going to be a little bit wider than hip width distance apart because we are going to forward fold, okay? So just getting us prepared. Sitting here long and tall, taking a deep breath in through the nose, letting it out through the mouth with a sigh. All right, here we go. So inhaling the arms upwards, palms come together, and then palms move away from each other, exhaling, leading with the chest, flat back to a forward fold. You can grab on your shins, your ankles, touch the floor. It's up to you. Hands to blocks. Inhale, hands come to shins, lift your head, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Again, let the head hang heavy. Inhale, swoop the arms outwards to the side and upwards, gazing up, palms come together. Exhaling, palms to heart center. We'll do that again. So inhale the arms up, palms come close to touching, but then exhale, turning the hands away from each other, leading with the chest flat back, coming down to a forward fold. Inhaling up to a flat back, lift the head and shoulders. Hands come to your shins. Exhaling down to the floor, forward fold. Inhale, swooping the arms outwards and upwards. Hands come together. Exhaling, palms to heart center. Here we go. Inhaling the arms upwards, gaze comes up. Exhaling, moving hands away from each other, leading with your chest, coming down into a forward fold. Hands to the floor, to the feet, to your ankles. Inhale, hands to shins, lift the head and shoulders, flat back. Exhale, forward folding. Inhale, swooping the arms outwards. Palms come to touch above head. And then exhaling to heart center. We'll do this one more time. You're doing great, yogis. Inhale, the arms up, gazing up. Exhaling, hands move away from each other, flat back, forward fold. Inhale, taking your hands to the shins, lifting the head and shoulders. Exhaling down to the floor. Inhale, swooping the arms outwards and upwards. Palms come to touch. And then exhaling, hands to heart center. So just a modified way to do our sun salutations. Great job, everybody. I do want to move us into a forward fold and let us hang out there so we can release the neck and shoulders. So let's do it one more time, but we're not going to flow through. We're just going to stay in a forward fold. So inhaling your arms out and up. And then as you exhale, leading with the chest, forward folding. Here's where we're going to hang out. So let your head hang heavy. Release your neck. Nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Nodding head yes and shaking head no. Then when you feel complete with that, just staying in stillness, allowing your head and neck, shoulders to release. Breathing here, breathing into the back side of your body. All right, with your inhale, just slowly walking your hands up your legs, allowing your spine to roll back up, head coming to neutral. All right, great job, yogis. Hang out for a moment, just letting that inversion sink in. Taking a deep breath in through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. All right, as I mentioned when we were doing the hip circles, we are going to do a seated pigeon here. So go ahead and move yourself back into the middle of your chair, making sure that your feet are hip width distance apart, your knees are over your ankles, and your feet are fully grounded to the floor. Go ahead and lift your left foot into the air and bring the left ankle, the outside ankle, crossing it onto the right thigh. Now, for some of you, you might already feel a stretch here, so you can stay right here and keep breathing. For others who would like to take this posture a little bit deeper, just begin to slowly and gently, leading with the chest flat back, let yourself hinge forward until you find your own edge of this stretch, feeling it in the hip, the thigh, of the outside of that left leg. Just keep breathing, sending the breath to where you feel the sensation. Slowly and gently with your inhale, start lifting yourself back up to neutral. We'll do the other leg. So lift that left leg off, let the left foot come down to the floor, and switching to the other foot. Right leg lifts up. That outside of the right ankle comes onto the left thigh, so you're bending at the knee. Again, you can stay right here. And if this is good, but you want a little bit deeper, you can take your right hand and just gently put some pressure on that thigh right below the knee. If you'd like to go further and explore the edge for you, go ahead and start leading with the chest, bending forward over that bent leg. Feeling the sensations, sending the breath to the body. All right, slowly and gently backing out, coming back up to seated. Excellent work, yogis. Lifting that right foot, bringing it back down to meet the left on the floor. So we're going to start cooling down, moving ourselves closer to our final relaxation. So again, borrowing postures from Qigong, we'll do the fountain. So let's take our hands, having them rested in our laps, and you're actually going to take the backs of the hands with your inhale, lift up through the core, the center of the body, and then exhale, opening those palms, allowing the hands to open at your sides. You can take your back, your spine, and move with this motion so that when you are coming down, you're sort of bending forward, rounding the back. And then when you're lifting those arms up, arching the back, opening up, kind of like we did in the beginning of class, just a little reversed. So inhaling the backs of the hands up the body, exhaling, opening them out, bending at the back, rounding the back, inhaling up. It's like your arms are a fountain and the spine joins in with the fluid motions. Inhaling the backs of the hands up, exhaling, opening wide. One more time. Great job, yogis. Excellent work. All right, so if you have a mat handy and you would like to go ahead and transition yourself to lying down for Shavasana, we can do that. If you'd like to stay seated in your seat for Shavasana, you can do that as well. For those of you who are going to lie down on your mat, lying down flat on your back, allowing the pinky toes to flop outwards towards the corners of the mat. Lifting the tailbone just to tuck the tail. Letting your arms flop open at your sides, palms faced up. And again, lifting the chest a bit just to tuck the shoulders down the back. If you're seated, you can let your arms just gently rest in your lap. Once everyone's in their posture of choice, go ahead and gently close your eyes, bringing your attention back to the breath and a brief body scan. So, sending the breath to the tips of the toes, breathing in and out of the heels and ankles, noticing the calves and shins, bringing breath to the knees, the thighs, breathing into the pelvis and hips, abdominal area, noticing the belly and middle back, breathing into the chest and upper back, sending the breath all the way to the fingertips, the palms of hands, backs of hands. Breathing into the wrists, forearms, and elbows. Letting the breath move to the upper arms and shoulders. Breathing into the neck, the chin, cheeks, nose, and eyes, face. The back of the head and the crown of the head. The whole body is being breathed. Start to reconnect with the breath again. Staying in stillness for a couple more moments. Breathing in and out of the nose, connecting with that breath, feeling it coming in and moving out. May I be happy in this moment. May I feel healthy right now. May I be at peace in this practice. May I live free from suffering. Go ahead and begin to wiggle your toes and fingers, just inviting some gentle movements, letting them grow, rotating at the ankles and wrists, pointing your toes, allowing your arms to reach overhead, taking a full body stretch as if you're waking for the first time today. If you are lying down, go ahead and slowly and gently roll over to one side, taking your time. And then bending a knee, taking your arm, pushing yourself upwards to a seated position of your choice. Allowing your hands to drop into your lap. And with your inhale, reaching the hands up overhead towards the sky, gazing upwards, letting those palms come together, exhaling, hands to heart center. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste, friends. Well, thank you all. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you to my special friend I know who's out there. I appreciate you being here. I hope this was enjoyable. If you have any requests for other types of yoga or different postures or future practices, leave those in the comments below. We'll be here every Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern, for these classes. And you can visit me at my website, which is elizabethscala.com, just my name. We've got blogs, videos, other resources, and opportunities to work with me one-on-one. So again, thank you everyone for being here, and we'll see you next week.